You care to wait here, sir? I'll go and get him.
Thank you, Constable.
The man responsible for his capture and subsequent conviction was Chief Superintendent Kingdom of Scotland Yard. Mr. Kingdom was unavailable for comment. I should think you were. I thought he was supposed to be safely tucked away in the special security wing at Parkhurst.
Yeah, so did I. Somebody at the Home Office has boobed. ACC's furious.
Anyone know yet what he was doing in a local jail?
No, not yet. Maybe George will know.
See, he's known as the executioner around here.
Journalistic fantasy. It's called Mad Harry, actually.
Famous. What was he really like?
Mad.
Glad I was in traffic when you nicked him.
Oh, what's the joke then?
Hello, George. Well, the joke's Mad Harry. Only, of course, it's no joke. You know Alan Ward.
Hello, Alan. How are you these days?
Overworked.
Aren't we all? I haven't seen you since... well, I don't know when.
I spot a bother.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Still, you're back in C1 now. Knowing you, it won't be long before you get your rank back. Yeah, well... I understand it's been decided you're to take charge of this lot.
Yes, sorry, George. Any leads yet?
Oh, give us a break. Just got back from the Nick. Forgot men interviewing the officers and cons were on exercise when it happened.
Anything to indicate that any of them knew this escape was coming off?
Oh, you can bet on it.
Well, I don't really know. But two of the men held one of the officers who tried to reach Logan and probably did him more of a favour than he realises. Claim it was spontaneous.
Did you find out what he was doing in a Category B, Nick?
Well, seems his lawyer arranged it. Something to do with his appeal and his lawyer being too busy to go back and forth to Durham.
Must have an old school chum at the Home Office.
We weren't even informed.
Oh, well, don't worry. Someone's head'll roll. How do you think they knew that Logan would be on exercise then?
Well, it's only an idea, but... well, there's a block of flats near the Nick, not far away. Anyone with a pair of binoculars on the upper landing or the roof could look and recognise anyone in the yard.
You're checking the occupiers?
Of course.
Witnesses?
Couple. One thinks he may recognise the van driver if he saw him again. Rest of the gang were masked.
And the van?
Getting the full treatment. Oh, they also left both ropes.
Any ideas?
Yes. Mickey Green and his firm.
I knew Mickey wouldn't let me down. Did you see those screws' faces? Gutted. Real gutted. All right, eh?
Yeah, great, Harry. Terrific.
Ain't there a mirror around here somewhere?
It's a flop, Harry, not a tailor's shop.
There's a small one in there.
Yes, that'll do very nicely. Is there any booze about then?
Yeah, Mickey's going to bring some down when he visits.
Oh, blimey. Nearly 12 months in the boob, and when I get out, no booze. Why ain't he here, anyway?
Use your loaf, Harry. Who's the first geezer they're going to pull for this?
You seem pretty certain.
My sergeant and a couple of DCs trying to locate him now.
I'll Bill give you a tug, yeah?
He will.
Still, no sweat.
Sharon.
Same again.
Please, babes. And a word when you've done it.
All right, Mickey.
On the house now. Seen the papers yet?
Yeah,
There'll be some screams.
that's for sure.
I thought he was in Durham, Nick.
Yeah, so did I.
See you later.
What do you want to see me about, Mickey?
I just want you to do me a little favour, babes.
What? Oh, Mickey.
No, listen. All right?
All right, then.
Thanks. Kenny will pick you up later. Buy yourself some sweets.
Hi, Mickey. I'll have a few words with you outside a minute.
Excuse me, nature calls.
Hang on.
What's the idea of pulling me in here?
Oh, sorry, Mickey, but Ma's on the warpath again. He wants to see you.
What's it all about?
What do you think?
The bold Harry.
What else he's doing? He's nut.
Mayor?
Going potty.
Naturally thinks it's down to me.
Well, he's going to take a lot of convincing it ain't.
I'm up to here with that bastard.
Feelings mutual, I can assure you.
Don't let it get too personal, George. Clouds the judgment.
I think I'd give half my pension to have that vicious, parasitical villain put away.
I hope I'm not wrong in thinking that you like him, George.
You have no indication that it's down to him, have you?
It's done him, all right. Who else would spring a loon like that out of the nick?
Nevertheless, you don't have the slightest evidence that Green's involved.
No,
so
but
what
I
are you
mean-
doing, having him pulled in?
To pressure him. I'm sick of having him laugh at me.
Well, he'll certainly do that if you pull him in on no evidence.
You've got to be having a lark.
Look, it's no lark, Mickey. He wants you down there now.
What's the idea? Are you arresting me or something?
Now, look, I'm just asking as a favour to me.
I do you enough favours.
Yeah, well, look, this way we can both do ourselves a favour.
How do you work that out?
Well, usually not. Now, look, those two I got out there with me, they knew on this manor. Now, they don't know the score and they look the type they'll never know it. But they've seen me coming in with you, they know I've located you. Now, how's Ma going to view that if I report back without you and he asks them what happened?
He'll ask them anyway.
Yeah, not if I have you along. It looked good for me, keep me in sweet, which is to your advantage. Look, I promise you've got nothing to worry about. It's just guessing as usual.
So what's the point, Cyril?
Well, you know him. He figures if he gives you enough aggro, the pressure's going to pay off.
What do you think?
I don't think anything, Mickey. I just want to keep things sweet.
There's one thing I like about you, Cyril.
What's that?
You're nearly as slippery as me.
All right?
Sure, just a little chat.
A couple of faces out here concerned about your welfare. They would also like to use the Kazi.
Right, be right out.
What do you ring?
Tell you what, I'll give my brief a ring and I'll see you down the nick in, say, an hour from now. With him.
Yeah, well, look, I've got no warrant or direct order to arrest you. And do it like that if you want, but it'll look much better if we did it my way.
Are you sure we've got nothing?
Do you think he'd be requesting you to show your face if he had?
I hope for your sake it ain't a con.
But it's no con, Mickey. I promise. Oh! By the way, did you get Mad Harry out?
Who's Mad Harry?
Look, is he coming here or ain't he?
Get away from the window, Harry. This gaff's supposed to be unoccupied.
Well, is he?
What?
Coming here!
Well, it's safe. But it won't be yet, so why don't you just relax? You won't be going anywhere for a few days yet.
Yeah, that's a point. Where am I going?
I suppose Mickey's got something in mind.
Blimey. Worse than being in a boob, this lot.
Gratitude.
He's only been out a few hours.
All right, it's only just beginning to hit me, I suppose.
You taking us?
Yeah.
You off, then?
Yeah, don't worry. You won't be lonely for long. Mickey's saying to you, you'll have someone to keep you warm tonight.
Third.
Unless you've been in the boob so long you prefer a geezer.
Leave off.
Has he got a wife or girlfriend?
Well, he didn't have when we nicked him, George.
No, one of the first things I did when I got to the nick was check his letter sheet, see who'd been writing to him.
Anyone?
Very respectable sister who lives in Hove, his lawyer, and a religious crank who he didn't answer.
No faith.
And no friends who write.
Well, I don't think his sister had anything to do with it. I've met her. His lawyer's sharp, but not bent. And as for the religious crank, well, perhaps he was after a subscription. Harry doesn't contribute to charities.
Visitors?
No one. Except his lawyer.
He might be worth a check, you know.
Oh, yes. I can just imagine asking this lawyer if he was part of an escape conspiracy.
So, how did Harry Logan know that he was going to be snatched out today? This wasn't chance, it was planned.
Easy enough. The information, how and when, could have been fed to him through any number of cons who got normal visits.
From friends of Green.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. Sergeant Boland's radioed in. He's on his way with Green.
Right.
Don't you think we're jumping the gun a bit with this joker?
No, I
Yes,
don't.
I do.
But
I know
just
what
the
you're going to say, George. But you know as well as I do, he'll have an alibi and it'll check out.
It's down to him, sir, and you know it.
Nevertheless, I don't want to see him yet, and I don't want you to either.
But I just
I'm
want to...
sorry, George. That's my decision. So, if you'll just radio Sergeant Boland back, tell him to let Green go. But to get his alibi first.
He's not going to like me for that suggestion.
Well, you're not renowned for your tact, are you? Oh, don't worry. He'll forget it. His obsession's with Green.
What What is it with this character, anyway? I'm always hearing about what a villain he is, but he never seems to get nicked. I hear we've got a dossier on him about this hire.
Well, not quite, but big enough. Green's trying to take over from where the two small firms on this manor left off. We're having the same problems with him as we had with them. Plenty of indications, but nothing positive, nothing substantial enough to stand up in court. George has nicked him twice, once for GBH, once for demanding money with menaces.
And he walked out of it?
Yeah. Usual problems. Witnesses who changed their minds, those who disappeared until after the trial was over, frightened off, bought. But there was one more serious aspect to the last trial.
Go on.
George had him all sewn up, even without the witnesses. At least, he thought he had. Some new evidence he'd come by after the hearing that he was going to spring on Green at the trial. But when he did, Green was able to refute it with disturbing ease.
How did he manage that?
Only one way possible. Somebody told Green what George had in time for him to cover himself. And that information was only available to the men working on the case.
And George knows?
Oh, yes, George knows, all right. That's one of the reasons he hates Green so much.
I don't get it.
If there's one thing George hates more than a bent copper, it's the villain who bends them.
Weird reasoning.
Well, that's George.
Does George have any idea who it was who told Green?
No, none. But there were dozens of men on the case, one way or another, who could have known what George had and passed it on.
So, is that the real reason we're here?
No. No, that's A10's department now. But I will say this. At the last Chief Supers conference with the ACC, our rubber-heel friends were showing a distinct interest in this division because of Green's apparent immunity.
How long have you been waiting? Oh, about 10 minutes. I was just going to see if you was down Jack's when you arrived.
The filth give me a pull.
Huh? All right.
Dunno.
Dunno. What happened there?
I'm not sure.
I don't get it, sir. I mean, he was perfectly willing to come here.
Which he wouldn't have been if he hadn't been very sure of himself.
Yeah, but still.
You did ask him where he was at the time, though?
Yes, sir. He said he was in a pub where I picked him up. If we wanted to check, there'd be a dozen witnesses to support him.
But did you?
Yes, sir. The pub was a Camel's Head.
Why is that significant?
As one of the many villains boozers round here. Green could get all the witnesses he wanted to swear their mothers' lives away he was there.
We'll check, anyway. Worth putting a tail on him?
No, waste of time. He'd be onto it like a shot. Now, if he had anything to do with getting Logan out, and knowing how careful he is, he won't go near him yet.
Right, go and pick that up, Ronnie, will you? And then come back here with it. Use your motor, not mine.
All right, Mickey. You going to see Harry, then? I thought you said you're going to leave it for a few days.
Do you know why I reign and the mugs get captured? Well, the mugs think like villains, whereas me now, I think like the filth as well.
All right, so we compile a list of all Green's known associates and where we're likely to be able to find them if we want them, especially those with form.
Which is most of them.
That's right, so we get their records handy, take a close look, maybe find a few weak links, and then perhaps have them in for questioning.
So you do think it's down to Green?
I think it's a likely starting point unless we get evidence to the contrary.
May I? Yeah. No. I'll be along. Our eyewitness has picked out a possible. One Ronnie James.
Green's errand boy.
Errand boy?
And that's not all.
Yeah, right. I thought you wanted me to take you.
No, you wait here for me. And don't answer the door or the phone while I've gone.
They've just called in. James isn't at home. They've tried Green's. No joy.
Oh, well. He'll turn up somewhere. Yeah, George. There's one thing that troubles me about all this. I can't think of one valid reason why Green should risk getting a born loser like Logan out of the nick.
Blimey, it's good to see you, Mickey.
Sorry to interrupt you like this, babes. Fix us a drink, will you? I'll talk with Harry.
I knew you wouldn't let me rot in a stinking boob. And thanks for, well, everything.
That's what friends are for, Harry. Help each other out in times of stress. Isn't that so?
Sure, Mickey. Oh, no.
I'm pleased. You're pleased, Harry.
Pleased, I should say. What's that?
Tuck it away.
Yeah, but I'm...
Harry.
What's it for, Mickey?
For? Protection, Harry. That's what it's for. Protection. Yours and mine.
They found the getaway truck.
Good. Where?
Street, half-mile from the nick. I expect they chopped vehicles again. I've got men questioning the residents, and C3 and Forensic are going over the truck.
Good. Anything on the removal van or the ropes?
Yeah, the ropes have been traced to a builder's yard, stolen the night before the break. The van was bought at Alexander Palace Auctions a week ago, bought for cash. The man there doesn't remember much about the buyer, except that he was youngish, long hair, that's about all. I checked his receipt book for name and address, phony, of course.
Yeah. Well, the van must have been parked up somewhere all week. Tell you what, get on to the TV people with the details. Everything we've got on the vehicles involved, times, etc. See if they'll put it out on Police 5.
Admitting the police are baffled?
Oh, come on now, don't be so sensitive. If somebody saw it, it'll be a good lead.
You really think that Green, or whoever it was, would be stupid enough to leave it parked up somewhere where Mr. Ordinary Citizen would remember it?
I'm not interested in your sarcasm or your contempt for the citizen who isn't a policeman. You're not so extraordinary yourself. Alan, remember, Logan was put away for life with a recommendation that he should serve not less than 25 years. That means he's got nothing to lose in his efforts to stay free, and that makes him a very dangerous man for us, as well as the ordinary citizen.
You sure I can't help with nothing?
No, nearly done.
Blimey, that smells great.
I expect it tastes a bit better than porridge.
Oh, I should say so.
All right.
Marvellous.
You know, you're not much like I expected, Harry.
All right?
No.
How do you mean?
Well, you know, you're not as... Well, you know what sort of reputation you've got.
What, mad, you mean?
Yeah. Oh, look, I didn't mean... I expected someone different, you see. You, but different, you know what I mean? I'd seen you round, of course, before you went away, in different pubs. That was before I worked at Jack's. I was at a party once over Leytonstone.
Keith's?
Yeah. You were there, but, well, drunk. I don't suppose you remember me being...
Yeah, I remember.
Well, you didn't speak to me.
I'm not much at chatting up birds.
What I was going to say was, well, you sort of... You frightened me a bit. But you're not like that at all, really, are you?
Like what?
Well, loud. Violent.
Well, it has been known.
Yeah, but... Do you know what I think?
No.
I think you just act like that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, to be one of the fellas, you know.
Oh, yeah. There was a bird like you in a net.
A bird? Like me in your prison?
Yeah, one of them head shrinkers. One of them psycho... What's it?
Psychiatrist?
Yeah, that's it. In the special wing. She said something like that. Only went to see her twice, wouldn't go again. A right crank.
Why, 'cause she said that?
What do they know?
Well, that's their job to understand things like that. You should have kept on seeing her. Perhaps she could have...
Could have what?
Well, helped, you know. Explain things.
Well, nothing to explain. Anyway, if I'd gone to see her again, all the chaps would have thought I was a right nutter or something.
They are, see?
What?
Well, you just do what you think they'll like.
Who?
Well, fellas like Mickey Green, for one.
Leave off, will ya?
Oh, Harry, everyone in the East End knows why.
Why what?
Well, why you went away.
I shot a geezer.
Yeah, but who for?
Well, Mickey's my mate, he got me out, didn't he?
But he got you in.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Get here.
What's the matter? Don't you like Mickey or something?
No one really likes him, do they? They're just scared of him.
Is that why you came here?
Yeah.
I see.
But I don't mind now, really.
Couldn't you have done anything about it?
Look, there's nothing I can do about a direct order like that, Mickey. There was a witness, and he picked out James' photo.
Idiot.
Hey?
Nothing. Why didn't you go down the nick with him?
Well, what's the point? I thought you'd like to know anyway.
You could have seen what happened.
Look, they'd be putting an ID in question. Now, the witness wasn't all that sure, so it might be all right. What are you worried about? He's not going to put it on you, is he?
Listen! You nauseous little creep. Don't give me that garbage or I'll...
I once walked in on a scene like this and I had the prisoner's lawyer with me. Very embarrassing. So, George, we put him on an ID first, then we question him the right way.
Who?
Chief Superintendent Kingdom, the yard guy who arrested Harry Logan originally.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
Well, I didn't know myself till I got back this morning to the nick after dropping you off.
You could have rang.
But I tried. I didn't come here looking for James. It's only after I knew you weren't here. I told you I'd put on a show, didn't I? Well, those two DCs breathing down my neck and that geezer Ward didn't know where I was.
All right, all right.
Help yourself.
So,
Is that the only reason this Kingdom character is in on this? Because he was the one who nicked Harry?
as far as I know, yeah. But he's interested in you down at this escape, but that could be just because Mayor's pushing it.
Mayor? That pig never lets up.
Now, look, if you don't cool it, I'm going to have to do something about it.
What are you going to do if James is identified?
Nothing. There's nothing I've got to do. I've got an alibi. Have I said Harry's escape is down to me?
Oh, don't give me that, Mickey.
Look, Cyril. You and I have an arrangement. You tell me things I need to know to protect certain interests I have, right? I tell you things which help you nick a few mugs.
The only mugs you can't keep in line or earn out of.
Maybe, but you get bodies you wouldn't get otherwise. That don't exactly do you any harm career-wise, does it? A sergeant you are already, and half that's down to me. You also get a nice few quid stuffed in your greedy little claw from time to time. All right, that's the way it is. It does us both favours. But you're still a copper, I don't forget. Know what I mean?
You're a charming little fella, you are, Mickey.
Don't get lippy, Cyril.
Things are different this time.
Oh?
Look, Kingdom is very heavy stuff and it could get naughty. Now, if Logan's escape is down to you, and personally I couldn't give a monkeys, but if it is, and he gets any positive indication, there's going to be nothing I can do about it. I can keep you informed on developments and this, that and the other, but if he decides to nick you, there's nothing I can do about that, son.
What about this other geezer?
Ward?
Yeah, what's the strength of him?
Kingdom Sergeant's all I know, but he's no mug. In fact, he's out there now checking your alibi.
Sure he was here.
No.
You're certain? Don't have to take my word for it. Plenty of other people here saw him.
I hear most of your customers are villains.
That's so.
So I'm told.
I wouldn't know I'm a Republican. What my punters do is their business.
Green, a friend of yours.
I know him.
But you don't know anything about it.
I told you. What my punters do is their business.
Yeah, but I don't believe you.
That's your privilege.
Was he in here with anyone particular?
I don't know how particular his friends are.
Oh, very amusing.
I try to please.
Well, you're not pleasing me. Answer the question.
Is that a demand?
Call it a request to cooperate with the police. I have known publicans have problems renewing their licenses.
Not exactly subtle, are you?
Well, I try to please.
Very amusing.
Well?
With no one in particular. But then, most of my customers are regulars. They know each other, have drinks together, chat. I mean, that's what a pub's all about, isn't it?
What time did you say was in here?
About 12:30.
Alone?
Yep.
Left?
When I closed, about 3:10.
He was picked up here before then.
Now, what's that supposed to be? Subtle interrogation technique number 4. He came back shortly after your lot burst in here and arrested him.
He wasn't arrested.
Well, that's how it looked.
Did he?
Yeah.
Sit down.
I want a brief! That idea was a right fit-up!
Shut it! You're nicked.
Do you know what I think, Mickey?
Our British bobbies are wonderful.
I think Harry Logan is going to cause you a lot of aggro, whether you sprung him or not. It'd save everybody a lot of grief if he was found. Know what I mean?
See you around, Cyril.
Do you have to go?
I've got to get to work, Harry. I'm late as it is.
Well, Jack won't mind. I can get Mickey to have a word with him.
No. I mean, I don't want Jack to think... suspect... Oh, hell, I like my job. And I don't want Mickey Green running my life like he does, well, other people's.
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
Oh, look, Harry, I didn't mean... But he does, doesn't he?
What?
Well, Mickey, you know.
How about tonight when you finish?
Well, I suppose that's if you're still here. I mean, Mickey hasn't told you how long you're staying cooped up here, has he?
No, I know he hasn't, but he will, as soon as he...
Harry,
Yeah?
what's going to happen to you?
How do you mean?
Every copper in the country will be looking for you.
Well,
Harry,
yeah?
why did Mickey get you out of prison?
He's my mate, isn't he?
Is he?
Sure he is.
I saw the gun, Harry. What's it for?
Protection.
Yours or Mickey Green's?
So I knew the geezer. What does that prove?
This wasn't just a casual acquaintanceship. You were a personal friend of his.
Look, I've got lots of pals doing bird. Doesn't mean I'm going to swag 'em out, does it?
Not unless Mickey Green tells you to.
Oh, don't start that again.
But Ronnie...
Never mind a Ronnie. I don't go for the first name, let's be friends routine.
Listen, you little...
All right. You can have it the hard way or the easy way, but whichever. You will be charged with aiding and abetting Logan's escape.
Charge what you like. You've got to prove it first.
You've been positively identified, Sonny. That'll do for starters.
That's all you've got and all you're going to get. I'll get a brief and make mincemeat of that.
Same brief who defended Logan, I suppose. And paid for by the same man, your boyfriend, Green. Where the hell have you been?
Sorry, sir, I've been following up a false lead. Has he been ID'd?
Yes.
Sergeant Ward back here?
I haven't seen him, sir.
Sorry I'm late, Jack. Got held up.
What, with a gun?
Not quite.
No, it's all right, love, no sweat. We ain't likely to be busy while Mr. Plott's about anyway.
This man?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Oh, it's all right, love. He just wants to check.
If you don't mind.
What do you want with me?
Well, that depends.
Anyway, I've got an alibi.
Oh. What is it?
I was out. Boozing.
Camel's Head, I suppose.
No, a couple of other places.
Which places?
Baker's Arms, Black Boy.
Who with?
Different geezers.
Names?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'll give you the names. You swag 'em in and lean on him. I get myself a bad name.
Oh, marvellous, now. Now, this dirt worried about a bad name. As far as I'm concerned, your name stinks now and always has. And that goes for the rest of the scum you knock about with. I'm telling you now, you...
A word. All right, that's it. I'm taking you off it.
What?
What do you mean by interrupting an interrogation of mine when I specifically indicated you should stay out of it?
I'm sorry, sir. There's only one language dirt like that, and
I'm
they
sorry,
understand.
I'm
Look,
sorry.
just...
I'm sorry. You are too close to this one.
I'm off the case.
Well, let's just say that I'm requesting that you remove yourself from the front line, so to speak. You can still make yourself just as useful in a routine way, collating information, keeping me up to date.
Very well, sir.
Straight to the gents.
Yeah.
As soon as the three officers confronted him.
That's right.
Then what did they do?
Well, one of them followed him in there.
Which one?
The one that didn't look much like a copper. I mean, policeman. He wore a leather coat, I think. What difference does it make?
This officer and Green, were they in there long?
Well, they didn't come out straight away.
5, 10 minutes?
About 10, I suppose.
10? And the other two officers, what did they do?
Stayed in the bar, just there.
What happened when Green and the other officer came out of the toilet?
Nothing. They all left together. But Mickey was back about 10 minutes later.
Mickey? Know him well, do you?
Only as a customer.
What about Harry Logan?
What about him?
Do you know him?
Not really. I'd seen him around before he, you know.
Well, thank you, Miss...
Denton.
Oh, just one thing. The officer, the one with the leather coat, does he get in here often?
I've seen him in here a few times.
Just for a drink? I suppose he knows Green quite well, being a local policeman.
I wouldn't know. I suppose so.
Thank you, Miss Thompson.
If Green put you up to it, pressured you in any way, could make a difference in court. You know, son, there are the users and the used. You are one of the used. All right. Book him.
Nicked.
Uncharged.
Cyril,
Yeah.
how's it look?
He's been ID'd, that's all, no statement.
Ah, that's better. Still, it's a bit naughty. How do you know it's down to us?
They think, they don't know. If they did, we'd be the first to know about it.
It's nice to have a friend in the filth.
That's what she told me.
I don't believe it. Her? Well, Boland's one of the best men in this division. I was absurd to accuse him of anything.
No one's accusing him yet. Gunn's right. He mentioned nothing about it in his report to you, and you have to admit that's a bit odd.
I don't agree. If I may respectfully submit, sir, I have the feeling that this investigation is beginning to take on a disturbing prejudice against myself and my men. And under the circumstances, I think it would be...
For heaven's sake, George. Don't be so bloody pompous. Sit down. Look, someone in this division is keeping Green informed. Otherwise, how the hell did he walk out of court the last time you nicked him?
All right. It's not Boland. I'd stake my pension on it.
You're going to lose that pension of yours one of these days.
Look, Boland's got more convictions to his credit than half my men in this division.
And isn't that a bit odd, too? I mean, no copper's that bright.
Look, who would know more about what villains are up to in this area than Green? And he's just the sort, I imagine, who would help to put his own away if it suited him.
I'm sorry. I can't accept it.
But you'll say nothing about it to Boland. And that's an order.
You know, Mickey, that Boland may be right.
How?
What he said to you about Harry causing you a lot of aggro.
Yeah. It's a bit earlier than I'd anticipated. I think you'll have to make your little phone call, Kenny.
Maya.
Thought you might like a properly cooked dinner.
Oh, great. Well, I wasn't expecting that till tonight.
I've got to be back at the pub at 6. I normally go home, but... well...
Would I be ringing you if I didn't know where he was?
Why can't you tell me now, then?
Because I want some bread for the information, which you can bring with you. And the other thing is, you come alone. Don't tell anyone, otherwise no deal. Got it?
Okay. It's a deal. Where, when, and how much?
What if Mayor decides not to go on his own?
He will.
Why should he take any notice of what I said about going on his own?
Well, there's friction between him and this Kingdom guy. Something Cyril said. If I know Mayor, he'll try and get a little glory all to himself.
He's in for a surprise. Still, it don't follow that he's going to go alone.
Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? He'll go on his own at first, and that's all it should take. Harry's nicked, and the big creep Mayor's off my back.
Don't fall out with me, will you?
Well, look, Harry's got enough bird already. What's the difference? How long would he reign on his own, anyway?
He don't think he's on his own.
We're all on our own, Kenny, when it comes to the crunch.
Well, if anything's happened, it should all be over by about now.
Get him in quick. What the hell are you doing here? The window, Kenny.
Somebody grasped, Mickey. Somebody grasped.
How did you know where this place was? What do you think you're doing, bringing him here?
He asked me to.
Listen, this cop came round, Mickey, called Mayor. How did he know when I was?
It's all right, there's nobody dodgy looking about.
Mickey!
All right, Harry, hold on, hold on.
I shot him.
Shot Mayor?
Yes.
Was he on his own?
Yes.
Is he dead?
How is he?
Critical. God knows how he got to that car on the radio.
Well, he'd be dead for sure if he hadn't.
Has he regained consciousness?
Oh, don't be stupid. Look, are we sure he recorded the whole of his message?
I double-checked, sir. He just said that Logan had shot him. He gave the name of the street and the address of this place, and he must have passed on.
I don't get it. I don't understand why he came here on his own.
Well, somebody must have phoned him and given him the information.
Well, yeah, of course. Green are one of his boys.
Yeah, that's why Green wanted Logan out, so that he could set him up to shoot Mayor.
Well, that's obvious now. But when he got that call, why did Mayor keep it to himself?
You really can't work that out?
What do you mean?
Well, you more or less threw him off the case. I guess he just wanted to prove something. You know?
What do you mean, you're not sure?
Well, I didn't wait to find out. He was on the floor when we left, that's all I know.
What were you doing there?
I went round to cook him some dinner.
Oh, charming.
Did I tell you to go there during the day?
No, but I thought, well, why not?
Why not?
No, Mickey, don't have a go at her. How was she supposed to know about it?
She shouldn't have brought you here.
Well, where else was he supposed to go?
No, now, wait a minute.
No, you wait a minute. You could have been followed here.
Well, we wasn't.
You could have been.
Leave off. They'd have been up here by now, wouldn't they?
Look, you've shot a copper. They're not going to come screaming in here knowing you're armed, are they? They could be all round the place.
Well, we wasn't followed. I kept checking, didn't I, Sharon?
Yeah, so did I.
How did you get here?
Taxi.
Taxi to this building?
No, to Roman Road. We walked the rest.
Oh, terrific. It's boat race all over the papers and you walk here in broad daylight.
What about the cab driver? He must have seen you.
No, I hailed it while Harry stood looking in his shop window. He ducked in when I was telling the cabbie where to go. He didn't take no notice of Harry, I swear it.
Well, it's not stupid, is he? I mean, he's not going to turn round and say, here, aren't you mad Harry, the old Billy's looking for now, is he?
Well, he didn't see me. Now, look, what's going on here?
What's going on? What do you think's going on, you crank?
Don't you call me that, Mickey.
Well, what do you think? Shooting the filthies and then screaming over to my pad? I mean, is that a nice thing to do to me after I've risked my liberty swagging you out the boob? Well, is it?
He wouldn't be in none of this trouble if it weren't for you.
You're not acting very bright at all today, are you, Babes?
On the kitchen sink?
Yes. Someone had been preparing a meal.
Well, it's distinctive enough. I wonder who she is.
All the food in there comes from the same supermarket. The name's still on the wrappers.
Constable, take someone with you. Get round to that supermarket straight away. Make a list of all that stuff. See if you can get a description of the person who bought it.
You know, I'm wondering if she bought the gun here for him as well.
What'd you do with the shooter?
Well, I've got it here, haven't I?
You better let me have it. I'll get rid of it.
Yeah, but I thought you
You
said...
don't want to be found with that one on you, do you? If the worst comes to the worst. I'll get you another one. You better get going. Are you working this evening?
Yeah.
Go on, then.
What about Harry?
What about him?
Where's he going to go? What's going to happen to him?
You let me worry about that.
Yeah, I'll be all right, love. Mickey will look after me.
That's right. Well?
Well, I'll see you then.
Yeah, see you. And Tar, you know.
Oh, Sharon. Goes without saying, you'll keep stum, know what I mean? Right, Harry boy. Got to find a nice, safe place to tuck you away before Mayor's found and they come screaming up here.
Now, perhaps Logan won't be silly enough to go to Green's place. But it's just possible. He'll be in a panic. Now he's armed, and quite clearly he won't hesitate to shoot. So we do this right. I want the place completely surrounded, but discreetly. Sergeant Ward, you two other marksmen, will be armed before you move in. Sergeant Boland stays here as radio control. Now, we all keep in touch by personal radio, but no one makes a move without checking with me first. Unless circumstances make that impracticable. Right, any questions? All right, let's get going.
I gotta go to the Kazi first, Mickey.
Hurry up, then. Get the motor ready.
Look, all I'm saying, Mickey, if Logan is there, you better get him out lively. Because Kingdom and the heavy mob, they're on their way round and are armed. Yeah, OK.
I still don't get how Mayor knew where I was.
Does it matter? He did, and that's it.
But only you, Kenny and Ronnie knew.
Ronnie's been nicked. He was ID'd. Maybe he stuck up the address.
Ronnie? Nah, I can't believe that.
If you'd stopped him, they might have still been there.
Yeah, perhaps, but I had to wait to make sure it was Green he was phoning. And even if I'd interrupted him, Green would have suspected and he would have got out.
Did he tell Boland that Logan was definitely there?
No.
Oh, well, perhaps he wasn't. There was certainly no sign to indicate it at the flat, so what do we do now?
Well, DC's Robertson and Clayton have come up with a pretty good description of the girl who bought that stuff in the supermarket.
Of course.
What is it?
The bracelet. Hello, Miss Denton. Oh, I believe you've lost a bracelet.
Have you thought they may be on the lookout for this motor?
Yeah, with a bit of luck, not this far out. I mean, they don't know we got Harry, do they? And once we've dropped him, it'll be too late. And what can they prove?
Is it much further, Mickey? I'm roasting under here.
Not far.
Where are we going, anyway?
Somewhere quiet.
Crying's not going to help, Miss Denton. You're in very serious trouble. A policeman's been shot. You were there. Now, unless you are prepared to help us, you'll be in much worse trouble.
But I told you what happened. It was nothing to do with me. I was just there.
You knew he was wanted. You must have known where he was when I questioned you.
And harbouring a known criminal is a very serious charge.
And nothing compared to what we could charge you with.
But I don't know where he is now. I'd tell you if I did. I wish I could. I'm frightened for him.
Logan?
Yeah.
All right, Harry, come on.
We're here, then. Well, what are we doing here, then?
I've arranged to meet someone. Well, that's who I was on the phone to, when you were in the car seat at the flat.
Oh.
Well, come on, we've got to walk a bit. You dwell here, Kenny. Come on, Harry.
What makes you say that?
I know how evil Mickey Green can be. He took the gun off Harry. Now, why would he do that? It was him who gave it to Harry in the first place. For protection. His and Harry's, he said.
She's a real good girl, that Sharon, you know. I wish I'd known her before. Still. Yeah, she's a real good sort. She come up and cooked me dinner, you know. And if... Mickey?
Green's car's been spotted in Ilford. 2 men in it. One's Green from the description, but the other one doesn't fit Logan. Area cars are waiting for your orders to move in.
Which way is it heading?
This way.
That means we're probably too late. All right. Tell them to move in and detain.
All right.
Kingdom. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Get the details. The answer to our Where's Harry appeal on Police 5. Somebody thinks they saw the van stashed away.
Well, it's all evidence. May help to convict Green.
I hope so. But I suspect it's not going to be easy. Unless we can find Logan.